And now for a Mail Today exclusive. Even as pollution levels peak in the national capital, documents accessed by Mail Today show how successive governments have been sitting on funds collected for dealing with this menace. The Delhi government in the last 7 years collected 385 crore rupees to fund its war on pollution, but around 87% of this money remains unspent. And what's worse is that the money spent has been used to reimburse concession on purchase of battery-affected vehicles. This at a time when air pollution has doubled in the capital in the last 14 years. Meanwhile, experts claim that there is no comprehensive strategy in place to use the collected funds. The Aam Aadmi Party government blames the Congress for the current situation in the capital. All right, Darpan Singh, Mail Today correspondent who actually got us this exclusive story, now joins us on the phone line. Darpan, what are the findings of your report? Because it almost appears that, the governments have no reason to complain. At this moment, there is a situation where you have funds, you don't have a strategy to spend it.
That's correct, Sanket. We spoke to Delhi government officials, and they are admitting, they're on record saying they have money. They have collected rupees 385 crores in the last 7 years, but they have clearly failed to draw a strategy where they could spend this money to improve Delhi's air quality, which is one of the biggest concerns right now.
Now, Darpan, what is the explanation that, say, the incumbent government will give? Because, yes, they have gone ahead and blamed the Congress party. They say that of all these 7 years, mostly it was Congress rule in the national capital. This is a state cess. That is, the Delhi government had implemented this cess and collected 385 crore rupees. But what are they doing? Now they have been in power for a substantial period of time.
Yeah, more than 4 or 5 months in this tenure itself. They're saying committed to fighting pollution, and they're saying they have laid out a broad vision in their budget itself. They're saying they will look into the matter, why the fund was not spent, why it remained unused. Also saying they are going to make the most of it. But clearly the government. To some extent, this government also, they have been, saying they've been citing resource crunch and all. But the very fact that the money was, not spent and...
But Darpan, my final question. One is that the money has not been spent. Close to 80, what is the figure? 80%?
87%.
87% of the funds have not been spent. The other point is that the 13% that have actually been spent have been spent on funding concession on electric vehicles. Now, many people are calling this very limited use.
Yeah, that's very limited because to some extent it deals with the problem, because once more and more battery operated and electric vehicles are on the road, but it has, as you said, it has a very limited impact. It has a very limited utilization. The money should go in funding public transport. The paper that we accessed also says that bus transport ridership has dropped from 60% in 2000 to almost 30% now, and the number of private vehicles has gone up tremendously in the last 1 year itself. So this money should ideally be utilized to scale up public transport so that people switch from cars to buses and other modes.